All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Apothecary Diaries, episode 22. Last episode was so much fun.
Yeah.
Poses and assessments.
And big debts.
Right, yes. Big debts and big people. Although we weren't able to fully check all aspects.
All aspects, yes,
right.
Exactly. The pecs or the ass.
The pecs for sure. Ass less so.
Right.
You know.
But we came really close, and
that's right.
And Jinshi was not a fan of that.
No, but amidst all of the sort of fun adventure, young love aspects of that, there were some parallels.
We had some things being hinted at.
Yeah, with the whole situation with he who must not be named.
Lakhar!
Yeah.
Lakhar!
So, will that then be expounded upon here?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Probably.
Yeah. Probably.
Most
definitely. Most definitely. I am very interested in seeing what was the start of all this. What was the things that basically because there's very real receipts that we need to have like signed on the dotted line of okay, did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do this? And then along the way, did you learn things that changed things, or did you know things all along and you were just whatever it takes? What kind of man are you really, Lacan?
And especially what kind of person are you right now, and what is it exactly that you want? Because, the safety and well-being of one of these people very much depends on that.
Yeah. So, all right, y'all. Without further ado, let's get into this.
Yeah.
She's bumping. Oh. Yeah. The sound effect. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. It's so cute.
これはカラハツタケというキノコで普通の花を描きなさい。普通の花ね。
青い装備ですか。
Yeah.
宮中によく生けていたものです。
How long ago?
夢でも見たのでは、青い装備など存在しないでしょ
う。また皆でめでたいものですな。なんとかなりませんか。なせぬことなどないのでは。
私もぜひ見てみたい。
決まりですな。いやはや、来月の園遊会で余計な案件を抱えつとも。
言うな。とりあえず、二重の花屋を当たって。
Every florist in the nation. Yeah, just no big deal. All right. Yep.
Gaoshan proceeded to do this.
Yes.
装備の季節ではないと。
Not even that. There aren't even roses this season.
皆で青い装備をめでようということになってな。
私は薬屋ですが。
Yeah, I.
ああ、分かっている。
やけに疲れてるな。
Which this was Lacan's plan.
少しなら知識はあるが。
To have him pass this along to her.
以上相手の小遣い稼ぎで扱ったことがある。本当に青い装備を見たと？
ああ。
幻覚剤は流行っていますか？
なもの回ってたら。
人士様。
He's stressed.
だろうか。
Well, I mean.
どのようにすればよろしいですか？
Yeah. What do you want?
いつの園遊会に用意できるか？
装備が咲くのは少なくとも2月以上先ですけど。
だよな。
You could just paint some flowers that are roses that look similar.
Put a blue dye in the water.
Even then, that would make the whole stock and everything blue before it would make the petals blue.
もしかしてとある軍師から持ちか
If
け
it
ら
was
れ
a
たので
white
は。
rose, maybe.
わかりました。お引き受け
Gotcha.
できるかわかりませんが、やるだけやってみます。逃げているだけも腹立たしい。
Yeah.
どうせならあのにやけたモノクルを勝ち割ってやる。いくつかお願いしてもよろしいですか？ありがとうございます。リファ様。
あなたが作らせたものだもの。
以前、毒に伏せったリファ様の
Yeah.
蒸気風呂を作らせてもらった。さすがにただでは申し訳ない。
All right. Let her cook.
こちら帝の愛読書です。
Yes.
ありがたく頂戴するわ。
Transaction done.
ギロから取り寄せておいてよかった。
Oh. Oh. Nice.
言われた通り立てさせたが、一体どうするんだ？
装備を狂わせるんです。
No.
どういう意味だ？
Yeah.
薬屋。
What? Excuse me? What?
そこから蒸気を小屋の中に送ります。
To make it seem like it's later in the season.
開花の季節を間違えてくれるかもしれません。
Cool.
それで狂わせるか。
作保証はありま
That's really smart, honestly.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how much time it would take to have them adjust, but you do have a month, so oh.
シャオラン、
Yeah.
足の毛が大
Yeah,
丈
what's going
夫？もしやお目付け役か？
Yeah. Yeah.
散々言われたのにな。
Keeping Jinshi from worrying too. Very smart.
And I like the continuity of the injuries.
持ち込んだ装備は
Right, because you don't know which one's gonna do it, you know?
Right, and if you want them for the party, you'll want a lot.
うわー、すごい量。
Yeah.
種類はばらけさせ、
全部咲くかな。
そうなってほしい。温度調整には細心の注意を払う。他人に任せることは難しい作業。
Oh, sure, because you're not just wanting to like bake them.
Yeah.
すべて枯らしてしまってはおしまいだ。晴れた日は外に出して。
気持ちよさそう。
調子はいかがですか？差し入れです。
Aw.
あり
Oh.
がとうございます。
どうしたんだろ
さあ、物珍しいのか？
Yeah, they're like, what's going on?
怖いもの見たさか？新芽の多い苗があったらいくつか摘んでくれる？栄養が集中して咲きやすくなる。
Good. Good idea.
Okay.
We only need so many. Yeah. Oh, that's good.
う。大丈
That's
夫だよ。
good. Yeah. That means things are growing. That means things are happening here.
急いでください。
Oh, yeah,
Gotta
don't
bring
want
them
them
all
to...
inside quickly. Yeah.
なかなか出ないね。
寒さが戻った日は
Yeah. You have to extra focus on the steam room.
徹夜で小屋を温める。
Damn.
天候はままならない。
Starting to get little bags under her eyes.
明け方。
明け方ってさ。
Yeah, we just had that.
ちょっとだけ寝たら。
ね
またこっち見てる。
Recruit them.
Yeah.
え、何か気をそらせたら。
An idea.
つまくれないか。
花町ではみんなやってるよ。
They
Everybody
all
at
got
the palace is-
manicures.
最近流行ってるわよね。
そうですね。
Nice.
流行りの最先端だからな。本ニャン様はおしゃれより仕事か。水晶宮に戻ります。
もう。
園遊会まで時間がないので。
Dang, she sounds so tired.
今回玉葉様は欠席
Naturally, okay.
ローラン様のお披露目に
妊娠を隠すためか。
But
Sure.
どんどんやつれていってるわよ。あまり無理しないでね。
ありがとうございます。
Yeah, rest is also important for healing.
is one
Are they starting
budding?
to bloom?
Oh my gosh.
つぼみ。なんとか咲いてくれるかも。
And she just falls asleep right
Yep.
there.
Oh, Mama.
Yep. All right. But how does she make it blue? Other than, painting it,
I mean, I think she could do it if they were white roses, but
紳士様。
Oh, she's got them. Whoa, they're really wanting to build this up.
yeah.
あれが師匠殿の娘、ローラン妃か。ローラン妃に至らぬ点はありませんかな。
Oh, wow.
Incredible.
青い装備。
Oh, impossible.
つぼみを目で咲き誇る姿に思いを馳せるのも
美しい
な。あらゆる視線。
Yeah.
若造の宦官が出しゃばる様を好むほど。
I love this internal perspective of him. We get this so rarely for these
い
kinds of
くらでも利用法がある。
public things.
扱いやすい。
Sure.
厄介なのは何を考えているのかわからないこと。師匠。
Gotcha.
動乱妃の実父で女帝の寵愛を受けた男。帝は頭が上がらない。
Oh.
だからこそ師匠よりも厄介なのは羅漢。
なんと嫌味の。
And now she's sleeping.
もう水晶宮に行っちゃダメよ。いつもやつれ果てて帰ってくるんだから。
起きたか。
Hey.
Nice.
私はこれで。
She's like, oh, I'll scoot.
座ったままでいい。
開花には至りませんでした。
俺に対してすまないと言うんじゃないのだろうな。十分だ。
Yeah.
染めただけですよ。
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
染
Okay.
めた？何もついてい
Right, you put it in the water.
外側ではありません。
But then how'd she keep the stem from getting blue?
Well, because if, yeah.
この装備はもともとすべて
Right.
白い花なのです。
Right. But I've done this, and the stem changes the color as well.
白いつぼみに吸わせたんです。
青だけでなく多くの色があったのか。
葉っぱはどす黒く染まるので、あらかじめすべてむしっておきましたが、園遊会の間色落ちしないよう、色水の染み込んだ綿を固定すれば、骨が折れたのは装備の花を咲かせるまでだ。何かしら言いがかりをつける感が出るかもしれません。先に種明かしをしておきました。
Ah.
Nice.
秘密を知るのが嬉しいらしく、
Cool.
楽しそうに聞いてくださいましたよ。
宮廷内で青い装備を見たというのは。
青い色水を装備に吸わせる暇人がいたんでしょう。
A lot of free time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
なんでまたそんなことを。
女を口説く道具でも欲しかったのでは。
Sure. That actually is
Yeah.
爪を染めているのか。
pretty logical deduction there, actually.
もっと綺麗に染まるんだけど、つま紅の異名を取る宝泉花と鮮やかな赤にな
Ooh,
る。
nice.
綺麗に染めたところでこれでもまともになったんだけど、頼んでいたものは、これで舞台は整った。いけすかないやつに一泡吹かせるだけだ。
All right. What are you cooking, Mau Mau?
まさか挑発が失敗に終わるとは。
Provoking Jinshi?
Oh.
Oh my god.
の顔は碁石のよう。
Oh, this is amazing.
Male and female. Yeah.
せいぜいシャンチーの駒だ。
Whoa.
多くの者は兵、階級が上がるほどに馬、砲。
He is the strategist. Yeah.
それで大体の戦
Wow.
は勝てる。
I love that this is like a mental image thing because like
Right,
we
they're
get
taking
so
the
much inferred here.
Yeah, like there's the treating people like pieces. That's one thing, but taking it like to this literal sense.
Oh.
くれない記憶
Oh.
のつまべにはけばけばしい赤ではない。
Oh shit. This was
宝泉花の赤。
Oh,
because she would look at them or he would look at the, Oh.
Bishop and advisor,
Whoa.
and the roses.
So
being
she sent the
color of
provocation back at him.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. I
Whoa,
like it.
that's so cool. Because it makes them as equals in that they are trying to pit, you know,
Right,
pieces against,
and
you know, some kind of mental game and
right,
stuff.
and given that implies that she knows about the situation with him of how he sees people.
Right, because I think what it is that anytime that he was playing Go, he would be like probably like seeing those very specific those very specific colors on her fingernails.
Sure.
So if she puts that specific, if she knew exactly the way it
Everywhere.
looked all over,
Yeah,
it would
yeah.
be like, ha,
He's
you're
seeing her
trying to
everywhere.
you're trying
Right.
to memory provoke, then here you go, memory provoke back
But
at
even
you.
on top of that, it's even better given that he doesn't see any of their faces.
Right.
Nothing else would have worked.
I don't
but
see
also
any way
it's-
in which she would divine that, but I do think she would know that the blue flowers were then some kind of a memory provoked
Sure.
back. So she's like, okay, cool, I'll do the same.
Yeah, two can play at this game.
Yeah, two can play that game.
Yeah, I don't think she would like know unless he was the kind of person that would actively tell her.
And he doesn't, right? Like
maybe.
I don't think he does. I think he seems like the kind of person who is like a proxy kind of person. Oh shit.
Okay.
Oh shit.
All right.
So is she gonna literally play him in a game
Okay.
next episode? That was such a cool reveal.
Well, this was some very fun
Yeah.
like sparring basically.
Yeah, we had a mental game that was going on, but we don't know what the goal was. We don't
Right.
know who's the king that's needing to be captured here, or what even is the metric by which you win in this game. So,
Right.
all right, first things first, Lacan poses the idea of blue roses, which, impossible, not naturally
Yeah.
occurring in nature. But Jinshi rises to the occasion. So, first things first, he calls it a provocation. Lacan
Right.
does. Who is he provoking here? Because I don't think it's as clean and simple as just he's trying to reach Mao Mao in some way here.
Right. Well, and that's
He knew Mao Mao would be put on the task.
right, and
but
yet
it-
he was disappointed to see that it was done.
Right, which
Well-
means I think on some level he was just trying to fuck with Jinshi and be like, I'm going to give you something that I think you won't be able to do.
Right. So when I think of motivation
Yeah.
outside of just Mao Mao, because theoretically he got what he wanted in interacting with Mao Mao, other than the fact that she actually succeeded. But like outside of that, I would think that it would maybe be something where it's like he's setting something up so that then he could have Jinshi fail at something and make him lose public standing, which would then make him less able to protect Mao Mao.
So,
but
I think
feels like it's
yeah, that's a stretch. I think the big thing here is that he didn't expect him to succeed,
right.
which means that I think at the very least, all he's doing is just trying to get Jinshi to be busy. Just trying to get Jinshi focused on something else.
And in that, from that
just
standpoint,
distracted him for a bit.
it did work. So and yet he felt beaten by the fact that he actually managed to do it. So maybe it's because he now got a reward as a result of he did the impossible thing. And so
yeah, I think that's the whole thing that can be drawn from it, is that it's less that he was going to get some negative from this, but it's that, oh shit, I set him up to win. Damn it.
Right.
And what that means is that he's trying to undermine on some level Jinshi's relationship with the Emperor.
Sure.
And or just
Right, because his original plan was to kill Jinshi, right? And so now he's basically trying to destabilize him.
Yeah, he's trying to basically weaken his base here by doing little things like this that are probably the equivalent of just kind of being like, fuck you, Jinshi. Like there's not much
Right.
like grand plan to it. It's
Yeah,
just
this isn't some smaller piece in an intricate puzzle like we had
right,
with the whole hanging pillar.
That
thing.
was
that was some involved shit.
That was crazy. And in some levels it's like it's almost too crazy. This feels like the kind of thing of just like, yeah, I'll get that, which probably is like a secondary thing of like I get to kind of fuck with Jinshi a bit. But I think he's smart enough to know that Mao Mao would be taken to the task here. But again, if he is doing this to test Mao Mao, then I think he would be proud of his daughter for doing the impossible, right?
Right, that's what I'm exactly. And so that's where in a similar situation to when Mao Mao came up to save Jinshi and like he was helpful for her in that situation so she could get in, but then he was like so shell-shocked when like Jinshi comes out carrying Mao Mao.
Well,
No,
right,
that's probably
and
because she was hurt.
And
so,
well, I think it's mostly because she was hurt, yeah. But then also because on some level, Jinshi is like the other man.
right,
In
exactly.
a lot of ways,
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it's
and
the
so it's
kind
the
of thing of where
they
like,
got closer, he saved her. That,
exactly.
There is a strong bond that is there, and now I'm seeing it on display.
oh, you know what it is? You know what it is?
yeah.
Then
That-
he's making Jinshi out to be more of a bad guy by giving Mao Mao an impossible task.
Right. And so Mao Mao, that's why she's like, no, I need to make sure that I manage to do this to show that basically I'm a badass, and so I can do this. I can make Jinshi look good, and it's not a problem. This isn't a
I'll
stress
fire
for me.
back
Right.
with the idea of I probably know exactly the color that my
of nail polish that my mother would use.
wear. Now, the thing that I think is interesting here is that the ordering of scenes with this here, everybody else got the red ones, but I almost got the vibe that she took the ones that were like her mother's, and then it's like that all the other ladies got the more red ones.
Well, I think it's that. So she started with one that was fairly basic, and then when she looked at it, she's like, "Wait, that's actually
better.
That's actually not quite right." And so then from there, she basically gets it to be the one that's the vibrant red, right? Which of course
is what everybody else is using.
Wait, no, never mind.
Yeah.
No, she's specifically not doing that.
Right.
Because then it would be similar, and she doesn't want the connection of her to the mom, right?
Right,
She
right.
specifically does not want that. So it's the, hey, everybody else is going to remind you of her, but I for sure won't. Any more than I already do.
I do like the idea that he's so observant that in order to be kind of noticing the odd details or what have you, he really doesn't care about 99% of people, right?
Yep.
But then when it comes to the moment where she shows up, she's the only face that he sees.
Right.
Like the idea that the reveal is that, she's done this with the fingernails in order to be a provocation back at him.
Right.
But when he actually looks at her, she's not to be manipulated. She's not to be.
She's
that's
not
a fun
to
way
be
of
treated
as a piece. She is the whole game.
Right.
She is the whole reason he's playing.
Yeah.
And in
She is the objective he's trying to win.
Right.
Yeah.
And in a lot of ways, the part that I'm really curious about with this is that Mao Mao has enough awareness about him to be able to use this as a weapon.
Right.
So she's operating on decent knowledge. Like she's not that unaware.
Right. Yeah, because there was all the time at the brothel where he was trying to purchase her and all that stuff, and you know, on top of just all the stuff that happened with the mom.
But it's very unlike Mao Mao in that Mao Mao tries to keep her head down most of the time.
Correct.
And yet this is actually the opposite. This is
right.
This is then going, I am drawing your ire and or your gaze at the very least.
Right, because, and I think the reason why she's doing that here, as opposed to in other situations, is because, one, she already has his attention, and her doing things differently won't change that.
No.
Two, she's in a more secure location now, right? In that she's not in the place where she was before.
She was literally bought and paid for.
Right. And then three, this is a direct response to his initial provocation.
With the blue flowers, which means that the provocation was actually more towards her.
Right.
But...
Well, right, because if you think about it, if he's trying to separate her from Jinshi gets some request because he doesn't know the...
He doesn't piece it together.
He doesn't know the communication that maybe they've had about him, right?
Or and that there's potentially some kind of coded language within the idea of blue flowers, blue roses and stuff.
Oh, that Jinshi doesn't know about that?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. And so it's just I'm going to set him up to basically want this thing because he's in a position of power over Mao Mao.
Right.
He'll end up realizing that he basically has to rely on her. She'll try and do it. She'll overwork herself. It'll be impossible, because I don't think she's as good as me, right? Which just goes more into the I need to be the one in control of her.
I'm just realizing there's so many little things in the earlier episodes now that are starting to be used again in a way that feels more relevant to Mao Mao now.
Okay.
But do you remember the whole thing of the colored flames?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it being used as a signal?
Yeah.
That's what these blue roses are.
Yep.
They're another form of hey, I can't communicate with you through conventional methods, so I'm going to use this. Now, it's probably going to piss you off that I'm doing this.
Counting on it.
But, wow.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. So
Oh, something else that's interesting.
What's up?
Jinshi and Gaoshin have white pieces. White is for females and black is for males.
Yes.
They're her pieces.
Right.
That's why they have that different color.
Yep.
That's so fun.
That's so fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, because
because
she's he's her advisor.
Well, right, but also she's Lacan's opponent because he's trying to do the same thing that he did with, Mama's mom.
Whoa!
Right? And that's where I think the whole thing of like he's absolutely little fingering, shit. I think that's very much like.
I think there's got to be more to it though. The problem is that there'd be more direct stuff going towards her rather than going towards people like Jinshi, for instance.
Maybe, but I think given these layers that we're seeing of him, he is such a control freak that like
he's definitely like strategic to like the utmost,
like he doesn't just want to win, he wants to win on his terms. That's why back then he didn't actually assault the mom, right? Because he wanted to actually
that's the part
right?
where again there's the difference of being the I want to win on my terms versus the what winning means to me has to be like final. It has to be like
right.
I
absolute.
Can't, right. And any good strategist will tell you that you can't get a half victory
right
in the world of where other strategists or other people of power could basically undo your victory.
That being said, and potentially the most dangerous aspect about all of this is that there was also the admission of I should have just forced myself on her when I had the chance, in that I was in a situation where I wasn't going to get the absolute victory that I wanted, so I should have taken the partial victory.
No, totally. That's the part where I am having trouble reconciling that person with the person that seems to be more gray and more hard to pin down now.
I think, I feel like it's. Well, I don't know. We're getting stuff revealed about him, and so we're
grasping at actual straws now that have ties to things versus this is secondhand info. This is something where we got a little bit of internals
inferences
from him. This was 25 years ago or something,
right? So now we're actually getting more concrete data. The show is taking its time with giving it to us, which makes total sense. It's doing it very well.
He's the long-term
while at the same time. Adding in another potential antagonistic force in this with the person that Jinshi mentioned of the father of the previous Empress Dowager.
I actually really liked that whole focus there because there does seem like there's a small subset of the show's story that is dedicated to reminding us that there is some antagonistic force that is swirling around the Emperor and is using slight means and very subtle means to try and pick at certain flowers, if you will, and remove them from the garden so that at a specific point they'll be able to make
the resources will be diverted to the ones
right. And it's very slight and stuff. And we saw probably the most extreme example of that recently.
With the actual act on Jinshi's life.
Right. But also the lady that faked her own death and everything.
Right, exactly.
Right.
So
there's pieces at play, and the idea that you could potentially have a family that put, say, concubine into the setup there with kind of like okay, you're going to be our agent, you're going to do something here. Again, all speculation here.
Even within that, varying degrees on the gradient of full agent versus we could probably get you to do one thing or two,
or at the very least just potential emotional motivations. The idea that the transition from the previous emperor to this one had some. There were some things
you're not
that
the father of the
here.
Empress Dowager anymore,
Exactly.
so there's a loss of power, and maybe you want it back.
Yeah. And Jinshi is kind of that other wild card for a lot of
Right.
these nobles here,
And-
because of his actual, birth standing.
Right,
and
because
all
of his
that.
status. And that's where it's really fun because we can get all the romance stuff and the comedy and the, it's very like mundane stuff. Oh, and then at the same time, there's intrigue that some of it is related to Mao Mao because of all the creepy stuff with Lacan and everything.
And a lot of it's not.
And some of it's not.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so that's...
It makes her position as this protagonist that's kind of intentionally trying to stay away from all that stuff. It makes the drama of it extra fun because then Jinchi will every once in a while come along and be like, no, I need to pull you into it because I need help with this thing here. And she's like, shit.
Also,
So-
I love that I'm pretty sure Jinshi is the advisor and Gaoshin is the bishop.
Yes, Jinchi is absolutely the advisor.
Because
Gaoshin is the
because
bishop.
Gaoshin is the one that goes out and
Long range attacks
Yeah,
and-
long range attacks that you don't necessarily expect. And then suddenly bam, right?
deadly force in the
Always
late
keep
game.
an eye out on the tall pawns. Right?
Right,
Like,
and I believe this is not correlating. Like advisor is not correlating to any like
specific piece
in shoot, I learned the name of the
Oh,
other
right.
chess.
No,
but-
yeah, that's right. Because there's I think it's. I can't remember, but yeah, there is another kind of chess in Asia, not like shogi or anything like that, like a different thing.
Yeah, not shogi. Yeah,
Right. Yeah. I think I've played it like twice.
Right.
Like,
It's I forget the name of it because we're not talking about Go and we're not talking about shogi. At
Yeah,
this point,
it's the
just
one
so you
where
guys
like
aren't confused.
like the places
Right.
on the board have
Yes.
the kinds of moves that you can do from that location.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Fuck,
wild.
it's a very
version of the
wild game, but
yeah.
I know that advisor is not a piece in shogi, so I'm
Right.
curious if advisor is more correlating to the
role that he
plays in the story,
and maybe then that's why he's doesn't like Jinchi even more than all the other reasons is because it's but what are you? You're not just a eunuch.
Well, right. That's the part.
Although
Actually,
he knows.
Well, that's the part where I actually feel like a lot of this is the most sus here, is that he has his hands in Mao Mao's business.
Right.
And he's the wild card of the noble court. He's not a eunuch. He's totally not, related to the royal family, basically.
Oh, sure, yeah.
He's also kind of in charge of all these other little things here. His authority and rank within certain things is kind of nebulous at points when you get into the nitty-gritty of actually ordering him around.
Yeah,
so
that's a good point.
He's playing a double life. He probably feels like the antagonist for Lacan, where it's but what is your like
Right. And
your
I'm gonna
actual role and desire here?
I'm gonna rescind my earlier statement. I don't think it's that he knows Jinshi's situation, but as a result of being such a great strategist and seeing how the pieces move, he knows that Jinshi is not the piece that he is professed to be. He doesn't necessarily know the details of the situation, but he recognizes him as that X factor.
He recognizes him in his situation here.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was such a fun reveal for Lacan's internal perspective here. Also, we had a lot of his thoughts this episode with like random commentary. So next episode better follow up hard on this whole people or pieces thing.
Oh yeah, it is the different kind of chess. When I was looking at the board that he's looking at, there were some lines that like that diagonal line.
And then they have the river. And
Yeah,
everything.
Yeah,
it is. It's
Yep.
shit. Oh,
Is it just Chinese chess?
No. It's no. It's.
I mean, it'd have its own name and all.
It'd
that
have
stuff,
its own name.
Yeah.
My history lessons are failing me right now, but
But yeah, we have played that that game, and it's a wild one. But
it's pretty cool. Yeah.
okay, fun
All
stuff.
right. I love all the women that are around Mao Mao supporting her and stuff. I mean, her kill coded,
Yeah, no, yeah.
Best
Mako,
girl,
yeah.
is wonderful. But even more so, Gyokyo's ladies in waiting are just the best. Their little trio or quartet with the one serious one. They're just so wholesome and just being like, no, we're gonna be here for you. We're gonna be able to help you and all this stuff.
Yep.
So, that is wonderful. I also didn't really fully understand why the ladies were watching Mao Mao, but I guess it's more that Mao Mao is a little bit of an
hot
enigma.
topic? Yeah.
Well, because she's back, for
Right.
one. But it's also the, like, whenever she's around doing stuff, she's like at Jinshi's orders.
Right, she's doing something important, and here that she's doing something that's very visible, the side effects of they're constructing a building and doing stuff with it, and it's like, wait, what?
Right, but these weren't Gyokyo's,
Right.
So obviously they don't know the specifics there, but why they were watching for so long and then like, oh,
right, probably like curious and all that stuff, and like, what's the deal, but we probably have other things we should be doing, and it's none of our business, otherwise we would have been told, but...
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which also is, what a great way to set a trend. To basically set something up where you have people's attention, but they don't know that you're doing this for them to see it, Like, congratulations, John, you made them think it was their idea.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
Jinshi's internal thoughts, thinking about the ways in which, people are, fine, it's easy to manage them, but I hate when I can't tell what they're thinking, because you can usually tell because of how extreme his person is.
Right.
But then they brought up the idea that the Emperor can't look Shisho in the eye. And so I can't let my smile fade either.
Right.
Which is like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to get that drama also followed up with in the next few episodes or so. But all right, Lacan.
Yeah.
We're ready.
Shot across the bow.
Yep, big shot across the bow. I'm excited. But y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. See if any of that interests you. We'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.